From vile, heartless comments to countless accusations of her being fake, Hailey Bieber has been getting her fair share of hate all over social media. You probably don't know why everybody dislikes her, but there's a lot to unpack.
After a long day of work, I'm super tired. I'm ready to go climb into bed, so here it goes.
The most obvious reason is the fact that she's married to one of the most famous pop stars of this generation, and if she thought this was gonna be easy, she's probably realized she was wrong. Obviously, it has its own perks, because you get to have the positive kind of spotlight, but then you're also subject to trolls and people who will always have a vendetta against you, which can deeply damage anybody. I mean, this woman is literally being torn apart on the internet, and she has acknowledged it many times, claiming that it truly hurts her. No matter what she posts, it could be a random selfie or a harmless video, but there will still be hundreds of comments.
Is that true?
I mean, it sounds cooler when you say I was on Saturday Night Live, when in reality I kind of just
openly expressing their hate for her. Sometimes it's just people who are calling her manipulative and fake, while the other times she's accused of not being good to her husband. It's kinda lame to interfere with anybody's personal life, especially when you don't even know them personally. But if we're being honest, most of it feels like a grudge on a personal level. A lot of people are mad that Justin married her instead of Selena, which is kinda insane. In fact, people think that the Hailey-Justin marriage is a sham. Now that's interesting because apparently
I do this is because I am such a foodie. I love trying new recipes, and I wanted to bring you guys along and show you the things that I like to make.
people are still hooked on the fact that Justin and Selena should have ended up together. Bieber once posted a picture of his wife all dolled up on their bed, and any normal person would have found that to be super cute. But a hate account commented under this picture saying to Justin that he is definitely not in love with Hailey, and that in actuality, he only married her to get back at Selena. There is no proof of this claim whatsoever, and people might think that that's the case because the two got married very soon after his breakup with Gomez. But it feels that fans are having a harder time moving on because even Selena seems pretty chill in her life. Obviously, Justin couldn't stay quiet at this, and not only did he call the account out for being absurd and downright disrespectful, he made it clear that he loved his wife beyond measure. Not just that, but while replying to this comment, he also talked about how he still has a lot of love for Selena in his heart, but he ended up marrying Hailey because she was the best thing to have ever happened to him. It's clear that even he has had enough of the hate, and if you ask me, this particular reason for hating her is pretty immature. There is no way a fan should be that invested in a celebrity's personal life because, like everybody else, they also deserve privacy. But there's another more legit reason some people might hate her. She might have been rude to a restaurant hostess. Now, that's kinda unforgivable, because no matter what profession you belong to or how rich you are, you're just not supposed to be rude to anybody in the service industry. But it looks like Hailey isn't treating them very well, because an NYC hostess, Julia Carolan, posted a video back in 2020, and in it, she rated all the celebrities she has encountered so far. It was in this video that she mentioned her, and she revealed that the handful of times she had met her, she wasn't exactly nice to her. The hostess knew that this was going to cause a massive controversy, but she had to stay honest, and she gave her a rating of 3.5. Yikes, that's a pretty low rating to get, especially when models like the Hadids were rated super high on the list. But she did end up apologizing in the comments under the video, saying that she was truly sorry if she ended up hurting the hostess, and that it had never been her intention to be mean. Carolyn accepted this apology wholeheartedly and even called her an accountability queen. But a year after this entire incident, she mentioned this in a podcast once again. This time, though, she was giving more excuses than she was apologizing, saying that she had such low points in her life that she just doesn't feel like engaging with people. I mean, she did say she wished she hadn't made her feel that way, but in the end, she said that she was human and bound to make mistakes. Was the racism also a human mistake, though? This is why I always say that rudeness should be the first red flag, because it only gets worse from there on. At least this scandal had some pretty brilliant timings, because right around the time Hailey was calling Twitter the breeding ground for cruelty, Twitter users dug up some pretty questionable tweets, all made by her in the past. Not to mention, there were Tumblr posts that were clear proof of her bigotry and racism. This included her unapologetically using the N-word, as well as saying Asian with squinty eyes. The worst of all, though, was when she tweeted saying that she came back from Florida a different race. I'm sorry, but that's hella messed up. And she probably should have thought about her past before marrying the most famous person on the planet. You've probably seen tons of celebrities being dragged all over social media, all because they made some stupid tweets in the past. And they should be held accountable for whatever they were preaching back then. But while most people tend to apologize for this kind of behavior, Hailey simply got most of these tweets wiped off. Not to mention, she also shut her Twitter account down entirely. Now, that doesn't seem like her making amends. It just seems like she's running from the mess. And this lack of taking responsibility is probably why people hate her. But it seems that she prefers to play the victim card because she openly claimed that she was miserable. Last year, she made a whole TikTok video addressing her haters, and she had a lot to say, but she mostly talked about how she's really been minding her business. She doesn't say a lot, and she keeps to herself, but she feels that all of this should be reason enough for people to leave her alone. I mean, she was practically begging everybody to let her be, because enough time has passed for things to finally die down. In simpler words, she was saying that she has served enough time being punished, and that now she wants to rest and not have to face trolls under all her posts. In the end, she told her haters to go and be miserable somewhere else. Now, obviously, you've probably noticed that there isn't just one group of people hating on her. Several people have been hating on her for several different reasons. And while some of them are entirely valid, the others seem childish and annoying. So it seems like she was talking about the Selena stan.
I want to know what got you into your field, into psychiatry, kind of your journey to get there.
Who can't stop hating on her for simply being Justin's wife. I mean, she's right. It has been a pretty long time since Justin and Selena broke things off, and it seems like all the parties involved are now busy with their own stuff, creating music and doing the things they love. Not to mention, they're all happy in their lives. But Hailey still remains a controversial figure, and it's up to you to decide whether her sins are forgivable or not. But that's all I've got on the reasons why the internet hates Hailey Bieber.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the notification bell. I will see you next time.